Isn't school just lovely? Isn't getting forced to go to college by your parents and influenced heavily by your family and friends that you should go to school or you ain't gonna be shit? Well, I'm here to tell you, school, and give you 10 reasons why you shouldn't go to college. Ray Wood's channel, Crab Out the Bucket, back again with another video. On this channel, I describe things on personal development, self-help. I do book reviews and show you ways and tips that you can use to get out of bad old habits. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing and let's get into the reasons. Before we get started into these 10 reasons, I just want to let you know that I have firsthand experience with college. I spent 7 years of my life, 7 years, 2 years at a community college, transferred to university, went there for 5 years, and I've seen a lot of bull, okay? I'm not disagreeing with education, but I am saying our traditional school system is full of crap and there's something that needs to be done about it. Let's get into these ways, and I'm sure a lot of you can agree with them. Reason number 1, tuition and cost of schooling, period. Now, from some statistics that I've seen from SCOAN and I think it was CNBC that was stated by Patrick Bet-David, it said that since 1971 up until today, tuition has increased for public and private schools about 17 to 18 times. But the personal income has only increased 5 times. You do the math. Now, granted, that's only tuition. If you go and add up the tuition, and then you got housing costs, and then you got prices of food, and then you add your meal plan in there, and then if you're staying off campus, you got to pay for that, and then if you got a car, you got to pay for gas, because if you may have a job because you're trying to pay for all this crazy ass shit, so it's all type of stuff you add up, so it's tons of money coming out your pocket for school. It's crazy. Reason number 2, so the teachers are trained, but they kind of don't give a damn. So they give a damn about the students because they want the students to succeed. They want them to go on in the future, some of them anyway. And they want to help, but they can't really teach the class like they want to. They can't be creative. They can't maybe implement something else that they think that can help the students, because the way that they're given a syllabus or the way that they have to structure their class, that's how they have to teach. So there's no enthusiasm when it comes to teaching the class. Whenever you try to go off the wall and teach the way you want to teach and somebody above you finds out about it, you know, now you're probably in trouble. So the teachers don't really care because the creativity is not there. They don't feel enthusiastic about it. Reason number 3, college is not the only way to success. And I can give you multiple people, multiple examples. I made a list. I want to tell you these people right here. Ellen DeGeneres. Everybody knows this lady. If you don't, just Google her. Her net worth is $400 million. Never graduated college. Ted Turner. He got kicked out of college for having females in his dorm room. Guess how much he worth? $2.2 billion. You got Russell Simmons, worth $340 million. Steve Jobs, $10.2 billion. Michael Dell, $23.5 billion. Kim Kardashian, who didn't go to school but made a sex tape. I'm not saying go make a sex tape, but she's worth $175+ million, and that's probably way more now. None of them went to college. Selling books back, number 4. Oh my God. I'll give you a story right here. I'm in chemistry class. I buy a chemistry book. You have to get a brand new chemistry book because they got these CDs in it, right? And these CDs come in a book and it's all wrapped up. And the books cost about $250, $300. Cool, okay. I got some student loans. I got some money here. I can buy this book. I have to get it, right? I get the book. I register, get my CD. After the semester's over, I bring the book back, because you can sell them back after you get done with the class. And it's like, okay, I can get some money back. Now, I assume that I'm not going to get full price for the book because I used it, but I would get some type of price, right? Hell no. I get paid $250, $300 for the book. I bring it back, and they tell me that your book is worth $20. What kind of shit is that? Reason number 5, unemployment after graduation or underemployment. Now, these two things kind of go hand in hand. I'm sure you know a lot of people that's unemployed and can't get a job after school. And they got a lot of people who can get a job, but it's not in their field. So you got people that may be an engineer and they're working, I don't know, at a car dealership. Or they may be a history major and they have to work for enterprise maybe until they get a job. And it's so many problems with that as far as graduating. You should already have something lined up for you. And I don't believe the schools prepare you enough. They sure didn't really prepare me enough for that. Even out of all the internships that I had, didn't prepare me well enough to land a position as soon as I got out. So underemployment, if the companies don't see the skill set that you have, if they don't want the skill set you have, then you out of luck. If you don't know the right people to get on the inside to get a job, then you out of luck. If they just don't want to hire you, now you unemployed, and you out of luck. So it makes you think when you get these different jobs, it's not even in your field because you got to make money to pay the bills. Should I even went to school and wasted that much time? Like I should have just started working. Number 6, the whole school system is just outdated completely. Why the hell am I in engineering classes learning theoretical BS that is not even applied into real life? There's not one time that I've used calculus in any job that I've worked. I have over 3 years of engineering experience. I have not one time used calculus. I talk to the people that are managers that have been working for companies for 10 plus years. Not one time that they use any calculus or anything. They may do some design work. You don't need to go to school for that. You can go to Udemy, look up a course, pay for it and do it. We got technology. Technology speeds things up. It shouldn't take so many years to do that. We're back in the past. We're acting like we do everything by paper and it takes so long we gotta go to school for 5 years. We should only really have to go to school for 2-3 years max. Reason number 7 is you got people that are getting degrees that they necessarily didn't even truly want. And I think that's like one of the biggest reasons is because you go to school and you go talk to these counselors and you talk to these advisors and they tell you maybe you should do this or maybe you should do that, or they sit you down and have you take like a 300,000 question test, and then based off that test it tells you what you should be, like a garbage man or something like that, whatever. And you go about taking all these classes, you get this degree just to find out whenever you graduate it's not something that you wanted to do. Reason number 8, the important stuff is not taught. Things like entrepreneurship, communication skills, one of the biggest things, communication and networking. Things like personal development, wealth building, investments, real estate, things that are important that can make your life better in the future or whatever. So those important things that are not taught, taxes. Like I can't tell you how many times I've had to call my mama and make sure that I do my taxes right. I got flaws too. I'm not perfect. Don't you judge me. Number 9, standardized testing. Got to be one of the biggest BS things I've ever seen in my life. I took the ACT back in, I believe, 10th grade or something. And when I took the ACT, I made a 16 on it. I went to a workshop to learn what I needed to do to bring my score up. So I went there with the mindset of, yeah, I need to study this. I need to maybe do college algebra, or maybe I need to do algebra 2, whatever, right? No, that's not the case. They sit down and teach you test-taking skills. You can't play the game by the rules. You got to play the game how it's played. And one example, if you got A, B, C, D choices, multiple choices, and D at the bottom, it says all of the above. From that point, all the way up until I graduated college, every test that had all of the above, I put it and I never got it wrong. What kind of bullcrap is that? There is a flaw that you can use against the test to pass the test. You don't even need to know the material. Man. And the last one, the biggest one, student loan debt. This should have been number 1, right? Boy, I called my school the other day and I looked at their website and said, okay, I see about this much money that you paying for school, right? And they're like, yeah, that's about, we came to the conclusion that, let's just say base amount will be $20,000. This is for in-state tuition and prices of school and all of that type of stuff. $20,000 for 1 year. Now, most people graduate in about 4 or 5 years. So let's do the math right here. So you got $20,000 times 5 years. That's $100,000 that you're spending right there, right? I'm doing that math right, okay? So you got $100,000, and once you graduate, you get out, and you got interest on top of that $100,000. But you're working a job that you're only making $40,000 or $50,000, and then you got taxes coming out of that. Not to mention, if you can't even pay for it, that's going to affect your credit score. You can't get it off your credit score because if you bankrupt it, it ain't going to work because you can't bankrupt it. So you got all this money right here, and it's just eating you up, and it's killing you, and it's so much student loan debt. You got trillions of dollars in student loan debt in the U.S. today. In the U.S. today. And people seem like, ain't nothing wrong. It's okay. It's good. What the hell? What are you supposed to do? Now, I had to write a list because I'm so fired up with the other stuff. It makes me so mad. But there are solutions. I want to give you the solutions. There's a few solutions you could do. Because if you choose you want to go to school, awesome. If you don't want to go to school, awesome. You can still make it in life, right? So here's some few solutions that you could do, right? Now, tuition ain't never dropping. You might as well just get over that. It's going to continue to rise. Inflation is going to continue to push up the price, and your money is not going to keep up with that. So tuition ain't never dropping. So you need to be looking for scholarships. Whether you playing a sport, whether you got good grades, they have an app called Scholly that pulls all the scholarships together that you can use to find as many scholarships, and just sit down for like a month and just apply to everything. Do whatever you can to get these scholarships and grants. Parents, I'm not a parent, but I will tell you this because I went to school. You need to start investing more in the income coming into the house. Invest more so you can have more income in the household, so then you can use that money for education. Invest in your kids, whether they playing sports, whether they need to, know some more knowledge, get them certain books or whatever they need to read, more practice, something that's going to help them excel. Make sure these kids decide what they want to do before they even get into school. I mean, you go into school and the kids don't know what they want to do. We don't know. Try to find somebody like a mentor so you can learn from them and see what their day-to-day is in the field that they're interested in. Not the field that you want them to go in. Invest in the programs, life learning, sit down and talk to your kids, different life situations, learn about money, learn about entrepreneurship, learn about things that is going to make a better future for your kids for whether they be 16, 17, 18, whatever, or even younger than that. And let them be creative. Let them be creative. School trains you to not be creative. They want you to do it this way and this way only, and you're not going to do it no other way, or you're going to fail. And that failure is just going to put more fear into them, and they're not going to want to do anything. And the last thing is there's a time and place for everything. And I'm talking about devices. The device that I'm recording on this phone right now, if you want to do something that's related to video games, to computer programming, to app developing, something that's got to do with technology, cool, I understand watching videos, watching computer, playing the video games, whatever. But if it's something that you're doing on a device that is not benefiting them in the future, you need to take the devices away. Send their ass outside. I was born in 1990. And as far as I'm concerned, I was told to get my ass off the couch and go outside. My question for the video is, do you agree with this video on our current school system? What do you think we can do to change the school system for the better for our future? Let me know in the comments below. Everyone, that's the end of my video. Make sure you give a thumbs up to this video if it provided you some value. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And until next time, this is Ray Woods, helping you escape from your bad old habits. And remember, keep pushing and stay strong.